Lori, and really thanks for your leadership. I mean, this year, going into session this year, it was hard at the end of session, but going into session this year, I think we were kind of collectively scared, groaning, like this was going to be a really tough session. And it was, but it wasn't as bad as I had played it out in my mind. And part of that is the incredible work from the budget team, thank you, Mia, and all the people that put in these incredible hours, that we ended up with a budget that was, not great. We had to make some cuts, but it wasn't nearly as bad as we thought it was going to be. A lot of that is around leadership. And we passed some incredible policies. I mean, Lori talked about a couple about, no masking, things like that. We passed a suite of bills to defend our democracy. When we passed 5 or 6 really important bills about protecting voter rolls, about protecting voters, making sure that we have the safest voting in the country. We're going to continue to have that kind of voting. So those are the kind of things that we were able to do. And of course, we did a little housing work as well. And there are people in this room, Sarah, thank you, who works for Plymouth Housing, Rachel, and they do work up here in Snohomish County with Housing Hope, and we're doing some more groundbreakings. People building housing for those folks that desperately need a place to lay their head. And I've got a new bracelet just today. It says "Housing is housing," and that was kind of the mantra that we stuck with, and we've really been kind of chanting to each other for the last couple of years. Housing is housing, no matter where you are on the scale of income or where situations have landed you, on this day. So that's something that we, I'm super proud of House Bill 2266 to make sure that every community, is ready to, needs to accept that housing. And I had coffee this morning with Nick, Linwood City Council member, and we, thank you. And he's like, Linwood's ready, let's do it. So, thank you. So, and I know that, I served on the Edmonds City Council, and, Edmonds, and Susan, thanks for being here, and I know you're ready to get Edmonds on board, and Will was here, and Jenna. Edmonds does not have a great history when it comes to citing affordable housing, and that's some of the work that we need to do at the state level, and that's why I am committed to continuing that work when it comes to those very important issues. Lord mentioned the all-night thing that, got in the press, and I, dropped off a whole bunch of dry cleaning after the session. I was like, what do I wear to a thing? Oh, blue, I should wear blue because I'm a Democrat. And I put on the suit, and I do have a jacket. But this was the suit that I wore for that 25-hour marathon, so I'm pretty sure they probably went through the cycle twice. But it really, the dedication of my colleagues to stick together for 25 hours, vote down 80 different amendments that were going to be harmful to Washingtonians when it came to passing the millionaire's tax was remarkable to see. And I'm so proud to be a Democrat, so proud of the House Democratic Caucus. It is, so when I came in, so I've been there for 12 years, so I'm like getting to be one of the older people, more experienced people.
Thank you.
But, the House Democratic Caucus looked a lot like me. There are a lot of white guys, great legislators, most of them. But now we have the most diverse caucus certainly in the history of Washington State. We have a majority female caucus, which is one of the reasons we're getting a lot of shit done. I use the we also have the biggest Black caucus, I think, anywhere west of the Mississippi.
Wow, far out.
So we have representation, and I'm so proud to be a part of it, and so proud to kind of support that and do whatever I can do in my very, fortunate background and fortunate position to support that. I still say, I think one of the most important bills, I say it's the most important bill that I've ever voted on, is the Covenant Homeownership Act. And that is to make up for decades and decades of racial covenants that excluded families, thousands and thousands of people from living in communities just like this. I know that we could probably look around in neighborhoods and do a little bit of research and find out the people that were excluded from living in these neighborhoods for decades. And this is within many of our lifetimes that these were still laws on the book. Not all of you, we have some young folks here. So those are the kind of things that we can do at the state level, and those are the kind of things that my caucus is dedicated to doing, is making these hard decisions and righting the wrongs from history and moving forward, protecting Washingtonians. And Marco, the work that Marco has done in protecting LGBTQ people, especially youth, is nationally known. So
Yes.
thank you.
Woo-hoo, Marco, thank you.
And then finally, and then I'll take some questions. Somebody asked me, I was like, what are you going to talk about? I was like, I have no idea. But one of the things that I'm really proud of, the work that we have done as a caucus, and a whole lot more work that we need to do, is in criminal justice reform. And I have a slew of friends here that have either are formerly incarcerated, have loved ones that are incarcerated, and we as Washington State, we need to do better. We have 13,000 people incarcerated in Washington State. That's way too many, and we need to make sure that those that are incarcerated, we need to make sure that when they get out, and that's about 90% of the people that are currently incarcerated are going to be our neighbors. So let's make sure that we give them the tools so when they move back into society, that they're able to be functioning members of society, want to join society, and do the right thing. So thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Michaela. Thank you. Where's Sarah? There's Sarah. Just the incredible work that goes on with people that could easily turn their back on society, but they don't. So that is something I'm committed to do, committed to keep working on, and I'm just so excited, so honored to have so many of you here. So give my love to Matt when you talk to him. Okay. So I think that's my spiel. I don't know. But thank you, Rick.